Let's do an American cheating roundup, a case people have asked me to talk about, a case I've been dying to talk about, a high-profile Broadway breakup, and a low-profile Broadway breakup. As long as I've been talking about this topic, people have asked me to talk about Julia Roberts, and I did not want to because I love her, but in this video, there are two people that I do love, so we're just gonna brush past that. In case you don't know, American cheating is my name for what happens when celebrities cheat on each other and one of them marries the affair partner. The story is then labeled a love story, and everyone helps them sort of cover it up. It is seen as tacky or gauche to bring up the fact that these people met because of an affair, and they are allowed to sort of sail off into the sunset with their new love. Contrary to popular belief, I am not a celebrity gossip account, but if you do want to know, Julia Roberts had a very, very, very messy dating life in the 90s. There's a lot happening. You can go look it up. She dated Dylan McDermott at the end of the 80s, Kiefer Sutherland at the beginning of the 90s, married Lyle Lovett in the middle of the 90s, and Benjamin Bratt at the end of the 90s. Her and Benjamin Bratt were together when she starred in The Mexican in 2000, which that title. There she met director Daniel Moder, who was married to a woman named Vera Steinberg. Julia and Daniel fell in love. She said she was put on this earth to be his wife, that she wanted nothing more than to marry this man. In 2001, after they broke up with their respective partners to be together, Vera Steinberg did not want to divorce Daniel Moder, and Julia Roberts infamously pulled this stunt where she wore a t-shirt named Lo Vera, basically terrorizing this woman because she did not want to grant Daniel a divorce. This picture always sends me, just like her glee at terrorizing this woman. Needless to say, they eventually got divorced and they have been married ever since. She did an infamous interview with Oprah where she said that they both separated from their partners independent of one another and they couldn't help but fall in love with each other. Oprah did ask her about the t-shirt and terrorizing Vera, and she said it was private, but she stands by it. This is ancient music tea for my live journal heads, but this is Charlie Fink of Noah and the Whale. If you just watched Superman, his song 5 Years Time is used in the movie. This is Laura Marling of indie music fame. These two dated from 2007 to 2008, and then she went on tour when she released her debut album, Alas I Cannot Swim, with Marcus Mumford. The famous Marcus Mumford of Mumford & Sons. As you can imagine, this did not end well, where they immediately got together. She broke up with Mr. Charlie. Charlie released a song called Hold My Hand As I'm Lowered about their breakup, and she eventually released a song called Blackberry Stone, which she struck back at his narrative. But it was pretty much an open secret in indie music circles that she cheated with him. Marcus Mumford did a lot of the backing vocals for her first album. And again, it is an open secret in indie music circles that in 2011, he cheated on her with Carey Mulligan. I love Carey Mulligan, so I never wanted to give them their own individual video, but the tea is the tea. I found the original Leany Gossip post and the Auto Straddle post about it. These two have this story where they say that they were childhood friends who went to camp together, and that's why they got together so quick and got married so quick, but obviously I can't prove that. What I do know is being on music forums in 2011 and watching people tear each other apart because of this. Obviously, these two are still married, and they're very happily married, they have a baby, whatever, good luck. Here's the article from 2010, which talks about Laura leaving Noah for Marcus, but obviously this was before Marcus also left Laura. So depending on where you landed, this was a mess for years. One of my followers asked me to talk about the Andy Karl Orphe breakup. Andy Karl and Orphe were married for 23 years before he went to star in Groundhog Day, which I do love the music of, in London and then Australia. According to the Broadway subreddit, once Orphe went to visit him in Australia, he told her that he was leaving her for his co-star. And as usual with American cheating posts, I always check the timelines because the magazines never ever mentioned the overlap. Page 6 did. Their statement does not mention his new girlfriend, but Page 6 knows exactly why they broke up. He is now with his co-star Elise McCann. As usual, I wish them an ounce of luck. And finally, Aaron Tveit just got married to his wife, Erica Yang. They met on the set of Moulin Rouge. Their wedding was in Vogue, as you can see. The official story is that they met as friends, and then they just couldn't deny that they were in love with each other. What is not talked about in Vogue is that it's pretty much an open secret that she was married at the time, and her brother was literally posting pictures of her husband while she was with Aaron. You are not allowed to talk about this on the Broadway subreddit, even though Broadway has some of the messiest American cheating scandals. If you want to look in this playlist, Sutton Foster and Hugh Jackman, Hadestown mess. I got cooked when I talked about the Hadestown situation, and I'm probably going to get cooked for this, which is why I saved them for last, hoping that people didn't watch all this way. Broadway heads are very serious, and they love their stars' personal lives, but they also don't ever want you to criticize or judge them. Which, again, is the point of American cheating, right? If we are talking about American societal reactions to cheating, part of that is understanding which celebrities are allowed to get away with it and which ones aren't. They are now happily married, but you cannot find a thing about her ex-husband on the internet. I looked and I looked and I looked, and I had to comb Reddit to find any mentions of this. A follower asked me to talk about this because I actually had no idea. All of these couples have now rewritten their love stories, and as usual, I wish them an ounce of luck.